Hey, this is Mr. Campbell, and this is my video blog for week 1. Today, going to start off just giving an update on what we did in week 1 in my Social Studies 8, U.S. History, and Dual Credit U.S. History classes. Take a look at where we're going in week 2 in all those classes, and then give some extracurricular updates as well. This week in all 3 of my classes, obviously with the first week of school, it's just been a lot of introduction of myself to the students and the students to myself, and also looking at some of the basics of the content that we're going to be covering. We have got started with a little bit of content, and that's where we're going to continue to go here in week 2. In Social Studies 8, this next week, we're going to look at some different native groups, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, as well as some North American tribes as well. We will then also kind of look at what's going on sort of across the pond in Europe and give sort of an update on why different European countries would be looking to expand their territories over here into North America. What we're doing is building up towards a brief project that we'll be doing probably at the beginning of week 3 if the timing works out the way that I intend for it to go. So that's where we're at with my Social Studies 8 classes. My U.S. History course, we're going to be looking at the Revolution, the Constitution, and Andrew Jackson. That's the plan. It's pretty ambitious. But in my U.S. History class, we kind of have to move quickly through that early part of history, sort of your pre-Columbian, if you will, and up through the Civil War and Reconstruction. We've got to move through that pretty quickly. So that's what we're hoping to do in week 2. By week 3, I'm hoping to be able to go into the seeds of the Civil War and then also the Civil War itself, and set us up by week 4 so that we can actually start with the Gilded Age. Dual Credit U.S. History. This week, this next week in week 2, we're going to actually look at our first packet. My Dual Credit students get a packet for every chapter, and that we start with chapter 3, which is settling the northern colonies. So we're going to be looking at the Pilgrims. We're going to be looking at sort of the makeup of the northern colonies in terms of their religious beliefs, in terms of how they structured society, things like that. It's going to be a great week. We'll also continue to work on some different writing samples as well to try to get ourselves a base, a writing base that we can kind of work from for the remainder of the year. So that's kind of where we're at in all my classes. Extracurricular stuff that's going on. Tonight, this is Friday, August the 12th. Tonight is our scrimmage at 7 o'clock. So I hope to see a lot of people out there for that. Also would like to give a quick shout out to these students that I'm pulling up right now. These are students who were elected to our FCA Student Leadership Council, Miss Noonan and I, as the co-sponsors of the FCA group. Last year had talked about putting something like this into place, and this year we finally kind of got it off the ground at our call-out meeting on Wednesday. So just to kind of list off the individual students that are on that leadership council, the 7th grade, representing the 7th grade, we have Carolyn Mandeville, who is pictured to the far left. Next to her is Eli Kirkpatrick, who will be representing the freshman class. Ben Hiller is next, and he is a sophomore. He is actually representing the sophomore class, along with Ben Hiller, who is pictured second from the right. Gabby Story is in between Ben and DJ. She is representing the junior class. And then on the far right is Mr. Clayton Kelly, and he will be representing the 8th grade class. So these students will be leading our FCA group for this year and all of our student-led activities, and I would like to send a special congratulations to them. That is all that I have for today in this week. Like I said, looking forward to a great week 2, an extra addition to my teaching. I am co-teaching a freshman PE class this year. We ran the mile this morning, and I decided to run it with the students, which right now I feel pretty good about. Talk to me tomorrow morning and see how I feel. So I'm doing that as well, and I think these students kind of enjoyed having me out there with them. So, looking forward to week 2, and I'll see you guys on Friday.